Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about one data type in JavaScript called numbers. So these numbers can be any type. It can be an integer, it can be a float or long, short. So unlike many other languages, it represents only in number. So for creating any number, we can create where num is equal to 40. This is number for num is equal to 20 by 30. It is also number in decimal, or where num is equal to 1.4. This is also number is equal to 1 e2 is also number. If we try to print console.log num 100, this is of course the expected output is same. So why this number is coming, because rest of the earlier values has been overwritten by this last number, where num is equal to 20.00, and if we try to print, it will come only 20. So the trailing zeros will be omitted. And if we write 120, but if it is 001, it will work. JavaScript numbers are always 64-bit floating point, and JavaScript numbers are always stored as double precision floating point numbers. So it sounds very long, so any kind of digits you can store and consider them as numbers. So there are some problem with precision, and the precision problem is if you try to write num is equal to 15.9, it will work fine. If we write console.log num, it will work fine, 999. But the moment we use 16 digit 9, it will turn into 1 followed by 16 zeros. So this was 15, now 16 is here, and 17. So 1 followed by 16 digits. So the last digit will be round off. Always consider this scenario. It can create some problem and throw some unexpected output, especially if you are working with some currency. And same with the decimal. So if I write 0.9 F5, so for decimal 16 nines after decimal are fine, but the moment we write one more 9, 1, it will turn into 1. So but if you are writing 17 digits after this decimal, it will be equal to 1. So for now, if we check, okay, 1 is there, and if I write 16, it will work fine. It will work fine. So always keep in mind that from decimal, right hand side 16 digit, left hand side of the decimal only 15 digit will work maximum. And there are some ways to print the hexadecimal values using 0x, let's say F5 FF, which will print 255 hexadecimal code of double F is 255. We can check. Okay, OXFF, no, oh sorry, 0. It will be hexadecimal code. Sorry, I did not print it. And if I save now, it will 255. So we can comment it out. In fact, we can comment this one also. You can change the value, because for hexadecimal the value should be between 0 to 5, or sorry, 0 to 9, or A to F. So we can write like 1 8. It will throw, I think, 24. So you can check and it will solve your problem for converting hexadecimal. And there are several other methods. Okay, now if I take one number 128 and I want to check the binary number, I can do it. Console.log num dot toString is the method which we use. I'll discuss later about this method, but for now, if I write this and save, it will give us the binary code of 128. And for decimal, if I save, it will give us 128. And for hexadecimal, right, 200, 16, 80. So this is how we work with the number conversion. And there are several cases where you can get the infinity as output. If you divide any number where num divided by 0, it will throw infinity. Infinity can be in plus or minus. So if number is minus, it will throw minus infinity. So this is also one scenario where you can get the infinity number. And sometimes you can get syntax error or NaN if I try to divide. Okay, let's make it comment first, and let's create one variable. Num is equal to let's write 200, and now I try to console.log print number divided by let's say some string name. It will be a type of nan, not a number. It is nan. So if we try to print, it will say nan. You can do like this: console.log 0 divided by 0 is also infinity. Okay, let's comment it first, or make it a string, not a number, but we were expecting infinity. So if you divide 0 to 0, it will not throw infinity, it will throw nan. This is also not a number. So these are the few things which you can use while doing the, and there are some maximum number and minimum number values as well. So for max is equal to, we can use number dot max underscore value. and it will give you the maximum value, where main is equal to same number dot main underscore value. How much maximum value JavaScript can hold, and for the minimum same. So console.log, so we can see this is the maximum value and this is the minimum value they can store. Minimum value will of course in minus and maximum value in plus. Let's make it comment out. And this number is a function, a method defined by the JavaScript. So there are several exceptions we can find, like where val is equal to 0.2 plus 0.3, and if I try to console.log, so it will be again error. You can see that 5, but not 1. I think with 1 it is fine. Yes, this is something wrong. So these are the exceptions in JavaScript. So to overcome these problems are very simple, that multiplied, okay, first multiply by 10 and then divide by 10. So now you will get the 3. Otherwise we are getting, you can see that. So this is the problem, and it matters if you are doing with some currency, so it can create wrong accounts. And there's several methods. So number methods are number.nan is nan. Let's say number dot is nan, and you can check 3, so it will print false. So these are the methods false. If you print nan or 0 divided by 0, it will be true. So this is one method, and there is one more method, is finite. Let's write number is finite. Control yeah, it is false because it is nan. But if we write 10, then it will be true, and because 0 is finite. You can try different values for both the number is nan and the finite. There is one more method for numbers, number dot is integer a two. Now you can see first will be false, second will be true. So it is a very good way to check whether the number is integer or not. And we can use math.py, and if I save, that will be false. So only integer, and that integer can be a non-decimal number. It can be in minus or plus. If I write -2, again it will be true. Save, it will be true. So minus plus, but the digit should not contain any fraction value, or if it contains infinity, minus infinity, a string, or boolean value, true or false, every time it will throw false. So let's try one more example, like true, but true is boolean, not integer, so it will be false. So that is all from my side. Next tutorial will be on string, so keep watching and like and subscribe my videos. Thanks.